Yo, 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 yo. Have we got audio? Let me double check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, hello. Right, we've got it, we've got it. 1, 2. So, today we're going to talk about the harsh reality for most crypto holders. And people still ain't getting this. I don't know why. It's so, so hard to grasp for a lot of people, but I suppose they like clinging on to hope rather than the harsh reality of what the market is all about. And the market, unfortunately, at the moment, isn't going to be low altcoins pump. Unfortunately, that ain't happening. So let's get into it. Most, or should I say, how can I say this? A lot of YouTube channels in crypto or guys in crypto look like this in the picture, right? And I'm not just picking on XRP. This could be insert any coin. So this could be Solana, Avalanche, EGLD, which I used to hold, Casper, whatever. And you'll see this with guys that stream or do videos where they've got the merchandise, the posters, everything, the t-shirts. And this is what I was on about in a previous video. They've got all this stuff. And unfortunately, it ties them to the coin forever. So they're never, ever going to, you're never, ever going to sell it. And the big difference between crypto guys and stocks and shares guys is you do not see this. And this is why I comment on the other thing, right? You're never going to see a stocks and shares investor on the common market like this. It just didn't happen. There ain't someone that invests in BP that was a cap, has the posters in the room when they're streaming, has the t-shirt. They're just in BP. They've just bought shares in BP to make money, right? They ain't looking like this. And there's so many guys like this in crypto where it's just ridiculous, right? I liked a lot of coins back in the day, but I didn't go around with a Casper hat on or an Ave t-shirt or whatever, right? Because you're just getting too emotionally attached to the coin. I get it with Bitcoin, right? I get it with Bitcoin. But 99.999% of everything else, it's just ridiculous, right? And it's that ridiculous. This is how ridiculous it is, right? No one's wearing this that invests normally. Not a single person is wearing this, right? And what I think the harsh reality for everyone is this is your 2026. This is your choice for the year in terms of what is actually realistic, right? Because 99% of people will pick the wrong thing, right? Most people, unfortunately, that I've spoken to is this one here. This second one here is most people. And unfortunately, that's what gets you wrecked the most. So obviously, what have you got this year? You've got HODL the blue chips. So this is obviously BTC, ETH. You've got all the higher cap ones like XRP, Solana, etc. You could probably separate BTC and ETH, to be honest with you, from some of these. But obviously, the pros with just hodling these large market caps, they've survived many cycles, a lot of them, and there's institutional interest in a lot. A lot have ETFs, for example, and a lot of the big boys are buying these large cap coins, right? But you have got, especially with still with the altcoins, you know, the guys that have these thumbnails all the time, these guys are still promoting insert the price of XRP. I don't know what they're promoting now. I've seen 500k XRP, but anything from $100 XRP, $1,000 XRP, $10,000 XRP, $100,000 XRP, you can keep going. And there is a never sell cult mentality, not just with, I'm not just picking on XRP here, but with a lot of these altcoins like this. Do you think a guy like this is ever going to sell or ever make any money? Probably not. You will miss out on a higher ROI if you just do this. Just the case of what it is, you know. If you're BTC, you're probably going to get less gains than, say, some of the lower caps. But we'll address that in how you can tie them both together in a minute. Now, the majority, like I said before, is this low cap gem section. There is a potential to move. We cannot forget that. And this is what everyone clings on to when they talk about the low cap gem, whether it's going to 10x, 20x, 30x, 40x, whatever stupid price prediction the crypto guy is saying, that wears the t-shirt, wears the cap, and says that it's better than Bitcoin for insert whatever ridiculous reason. You've seen it before. You've seen the videos. You've seen them on X, Reddit, YouTube, wherever. There's always some ridiculous reason as to why it's going to move. The massive gains and obviously the early entry advantage, because, you know, they all say we're so early and that we're all going to make money together, which again can happen for 1 in 10,000 people. But for the majority of these coins, the chart is awful. The all-time high with a lot of them is years ago. And, you know, everything's just price go up, price go up, price go up. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. Trading is another thing that you can get into. Again, you can get quick profits with it. All you have to do really is guess up or down with a chart. You can play it long, play it short, play it futures, have different leverage on it, and quickly things can change. And you've got full control of it as well. Although the market is moving, you can move with the market, whichever way you want to go. The cons with that is it takes years to become a good trader. Again, as stuff can go up, it can just crash, and people overtrade, overthink, and it is obviously stressful. Just like gambling, it's stressful. And the fourth way is the DeFi liquidity pools. So with this, daily, weekly income, we speak about it quite often with the liquidity pools. You put money in the pools, you get money back straight away. Whatever range you set up affects the APR, etc. With this, you can stack more BTC and alts quickly with the income that you get, and it works in all markets. So pretty much as long as you've got these and not complete low cap, you can use your existing crypto to generate more of it. As an ROI, hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. It just keeps on flowing through and through and through. Now, the downsides, and I like being honest about everything, is the APR is not guaranteed. So you'll see on here, they say the APRs, but again, it's not guaranteed all the time to be the rate that it says. It fluctuates. It can be both good and be bad, because it could potentially be higher than it says. It could be lower than it says. But I like to err on the side of optimism, because it all depends on the volume. And volume will increase when the market goes up and it goes down. And in my opinion, For me, the rates that you get still, you look at what I'm doing in my portfolio. This last week, I think, was 60%. Now it's 21%. And it is variable, but you ain't getting anything near like that anywhere else. Right? And again, like I said, this varies. And this is based on my particular pool as well, bear in mind. But this can go up and down and fluctuate. So 21% this week, like I said, 61% next week, last week, the week after, it can be 45, 50. But you're getting income daily. Impermanent loss is one thing. And again, this is where people screw themselves over because the interliquidity pools with ridiculous APRs, they keep withdrawing the crypto from the pool all the time because it goes out of range. This is where you have to educate yourself on how to do this without going out of range or affecting impermanent loss too much. And again, you've got smart contract risks. So clicking on dodgy links, joining pools that are on platforms that have got a very low TVL. So you got to just make sure you know exactly what you're doing with the liquidity pools. And again, use the tools at your disposal, i.e. DeFi Llama, check what it's getting involved with, and check that you completely understand what you're doing. 99% of people that join DeFi that lose money, the reason they have is nothing to do with the APR, nothing to do with the ranges. It's all to do with not understanding the market and not understanding how liquidity pools work. Right? That is the main reason people lose money with liquidity pools. So if we go back to here, this is your choice if you're in crypto for 2026, right? And for me, the ROI is massively bigger there than any other one. But the majority of people, so this is like 1% of people here doing that. And then majority of people are split between these. But I would say a massive, I've had that many calls of people. I've spoken to so many people in crypto. The majority of people, unfortunately, are in this, the low cap gems. There's not as many trading, and there's not many people that are just in the really high cap. The majority of people are in this here. And this is why the comments on the channel are from people losing money. People that have started in Bitcoin, worked the way to ETH, worked the way to XRP, and then gone down the market cap rankings there. And I say it every single time. And maybe it'll help you if you do it. Go on here. And an easy way to see if your chart of your coin is dead, and people will still argue with me, but I don't know, you can argue. Look at something like Solana. Zoom out, look at the chart. And you look at the all-time high, 2025, last bull run. Same with BTC, same to ETH. Going back to your altcoin gem, there's so many of them. All I need to do to tell you if it's dead is go down here and select page 5 and above, and we get all the way down here, and all we need to do is find a coin that is down here. Actually, I remember this one, Casper, the other Casper. I mean, do you need to be a chart expert to know? You can pick another cats in a dog's world. I don't know what this is again. But these are newly launched ones. So we try and find an OG that I've heard of. This one I think is an old coin. Yep. So there you go. This is exactly what I was saying. So this exact chart you can copy and paste for thousands of coins. Been around since ages, probably got people still buying it. And then you go back to this particular thing here and chart looks terrible. Yep. All-time high years ago. Yep. Price go up mindset, i.e. the price is going to go up because it can't go any lower. That's what people think. And yes, it probably can go lower. That's the unfortunate thing. We look at the official all-time high of this, and it was 2021. So 4.5 years ago, and people will still think this has got legs. And then again, we go on X, and we put it in. Is there still something? Here we go. This is 2 years ago. I don't know. I was streaming on X. So yeah, that's the harsh reality. Most people have the low cap gems, and depending on who you believe, it says there are 17,942 coins on CoinGecko. And if we go on CoinMarketCap, dashboards, market overview, cryptocurrencies, this is going to tell me this is 47 million. So more and more created each day. So you've got to decide what you think is actually going to make you money in this market. Oh, I should have said in 2025. Because these low altcoin gems ain't going to make you jack shit. You know? And if you want to know what I'm on about with liquidity pools, blah, 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 got a free DeFi playbook 2.0. Got a few member wins from the community on there. So if you want to join, if you want to join our community, you can click the, you can scan the QR code, book a call with the team, see if we can help to fast track you, or you can just download the free playbook and put it into action and try out the pools. You can start literally with $100 with these, you know, and there's, you know, so many assets. I know people asking, is there XRP on there? Yes. Got loads of XRP pools. Is that cello that I just searched got any pools? It actually does, but there's one of them there, 15%. VRA, that's another one that I covered. That's got a pool. Bit too low, to be fair. But that's all you need to do, really. Go around here, see what crypto you've got, and see you can monetize your crypto this year. Now, if you've got more blue chips, there'll be more pools available compared to if you've got a lot of shit coins. There ain't going to be as much available in terms of particular pools. If you are a big Solana guy, then Orca is where you want to look at. Still some TVLs on there that are available. One sec. Yeah, there's still sorry, I was looking at the wrong screen. Still, there's pools available on here for you to look at and set. And as basic as it is, you go on here, select your range, and you can even see for example, how much you would get as an ROI. Monthly, daily, depending on how much crypto, you have. Which is not too shabby. And it's that simple. As long as you know what you're doing, it's that simple to earn an ROI. And, there's guys in the group with one guy's got a big portfolio that is earning or was earning 2K a day. Probably less now, probably 1K a day, but they're still insane. Absolutely insane. All the way down to guys earning, a few $100s to $1,000 to $2,000 a month. It just depends on what your particular portfolio is made up of. And with these as well, don't forget, what you start earning, you can compound. And the compound effect is you enter with a set amount of crypto and you earn a set amount each month that can build up over and over and over and over again. So if your goal is to earn 10K a month with this particular strategy, obviously you may not earn it straight away. You may not earn it straight away, but with the compound effect, it's very, very good at building up your overall holdings in liquidity pools, and the compound effect will make it grow very fast indeed. So going back to this, realistically, what is going to get you instant ROI? Probably just this one. Because you deposit your existing crypto into it and you earn money back. This, you're relying on the market. That, you're relying on the market. And that, you're relying on a 50-50 bet, whether it goes up or down. This doesn't matter if it goes up or down, because it's just based on the volume. That is it. That is all it relies on. So the choice is yours, is what I would say. And it goes back to the two strategies there, which is the altcoin strategy, this strategy here, which is the accumulate Bitcoin strategy, both of them in the DeFi playbook. And it goes back to this, which is what everything is based on. Let me just zoom out. That is 2026. Taking a risk, there's actually more risk in holding your shitcoin than taking a risk or taking a risk, should I say, and trying DeFi liquidity pools. Because people say in taking a risk in putting it in there, but there's got to be some risk to get a reward. Everything in life has risk, right? Everything in life has risk. Walking down the street has a risk. Leaving the house has a risk. But at some point, you've got to decide, as we get into April now, so that's 3 months wasted, if you want to play 2026 and not end up at the start of 2027 where you are now. Because relying on the shit coins, the ones that are going down that I've just shown, it's just going to lose your money continuously over and over and over and over and over again as we keep going. And that is a harsh reality, unfortunately. I could still be making videos about EGLD. I could still be making videos about this coin. But luckily I sold it about 3 years ago. Maybe 4 years ago now. Here. Luckily I sold it before it got to where it is now. It's $3 now. And I could probably check actually. Oh, no, I think I have to log in. What I sold this coin at, uh, let me just log in. Let's search EGLD. There we go. I sold this coin for $76. Oh, no, wait. No. Look at the wrong date here. $60. Yeah, so I sold this at $60 in November 22, and it's now $3.78. So imagine I still held on to this coin, how much further down I would be. And unfortunately, a lot of people are still in that mindset of holding it. And you go on X, there's still guys buying this and ruining the 2026 by buying it. All you have to do that, and there'll be someone buying. There you go. See, this is it. Average buy price. And I feel for this guy. I liquidated my stock portfolio, sold all my Bitcoin, and put most of my savings into it along with years of DCA. Easily the worst decision I've ever made in my life. Eat shit, and this is the guy that is the CEO. Should I say co-founder? I hope karma gets you. And that is the harsh reality. Like I said, I sold at $60. It's now at $3. And this guy, he's got 3,500 EGLD. And its all-time high, that would have been worth 3,500 times, sorry, 3,500 EGLD times 500. That would have been worth, that would have been worth 1.75 million. 1.75 million. That would have been worth at the all-time high. Now it's 13,400. And this guy's put 300k into it. And now it's 13. And I feel for the guy. You know, I believed in this coin back in the day. I really did. I thought this was going to be good, but for my sake, I just got out once we came down here because I just saw the writing on the wall. And some people aren't as lucky, unfortunately. And unfortunately, this guy's story of blindly putting money in to these projects is most people in crypto, 99% of crypto holders. I do really feel for this guy. So it goes to here for, you know, don't get too attached to these coins, man. And this is why this is the outlook with this section of the low cap gem. Not good. Not good. And if you want to know personally what I'm doing in the market this year, am I buying the low cap gems? No. I'm doing this strategy here because this is the one that will, in my opinion, well, it's what I want to do, which is accumulating more BTC. That is it. Because what this does is I can dollar cost average into Bitcoin. So I'm stacking my Bitcoin, which let's be honest, is the number one asset in crypto. I then take 25 to 35% loan back in USDC, use it in liquidity pools. Currently got an Ethereum one, which is that. I'm going to do a video on what it's made. Starting small, going to work it up. And then I'm just swapping it back to Bitcoin and then starting the process again. So I'm just stacking the Bitcoin, taking the loan, liquidity pools, Bitcoin, liquidity pools, Bitcoin. And the reason I'm doing that, you may think, how does that work? Is it's basically like having a property and renting it out. So my property is Bitcoin, and the money I get back, aka the rent, is the yield. And that enables me to buy more Bitcoin, aka buy more properties. And it's just a flywheel that just keeps on going. And I intend to do it as long as I can. Will the yields be variable? Yes. But you've got to adapt to the market and you've got to look at what has happened and what is going to happen going forward. Macro wise, the world isn't looking good 2026. So ideally, what is the best thing to do? In my opinion, it's this, right? I can stack Bitcoin at cheaper prices, so I'm accumulating it, and I can also get an ROI back off it as well. So I get the best of both worlds. One, stacking Bitcoin that I'm never going to sell, because two, I can use the assets that I've got in Bitcoin to generate more yield, and it just keeps going and going and going and going and going, and just keep doing that month after month. The compound effect takes effect, and I'm going to show to you guys how it can grow. So far, it started at 3K, it's now at 4K. Where we'll be in December with this small DeFi portfolio that I've started. So this isn't the main bag that I've got. This is just what I put in DeFi, and I'm going to actively show on the channel where it can go. So what it'll show is from starting this, the end of Feb, where it'll be in December is a bigger ROI than someone who just did nothing or just kept blind faith in the low cap shitcoin to do a 10x, 20x, 30x, whatever. So there you go. Have a think about it. Cheers, Kevin, for that. Cheers for watching, guys. Quick stream today. If you do like my content, like, subscribe. See you all very soon.